Am I the hole for not going to go to my wife's sister's wedding after being assaulted by one of her family members during a pre-wedding party? Myself, 32M, and my wife, 30F, made our way to Florida for my wife's sister wedding. We arrived Sunday morning and were told there was going to be a big family get-together at my in-laws' Airbnb with my wife's extended family and her fiancé's family. Sounded like a great time. We were both excited. We killed time exploring the city and having fun before heading back and getting ready. This is important because this is when my wife and I started drinking. When time came to get ready to go to the party, I was already buzzing a little bit. My wife is Italian, and she can put down drinks way better than me, so she was fine. When we got to the party, everyone was having a great time. It was movie-like with a beautiful big house, nice pool, and drinks flowing like water. I started to hang out with my brother-in-law and my father-in-law on the balcony outside, and we were smoking cigars, drinking whiskey and beers. There was a point I asked my father-in-law if we could stay at their Airbnb, because I already knew I would get too drunk to drive, and my wife doesn't really drive that often. He had no problem with it, and we kept playing cards, talking football, smoking and drinking. This is where it gets kinda messy for me. After what I think was our second bottle of whiskey, I told my father-in-law and my brother-in-law I was going to crash. I hadn't had any water or food in several hours, and I'm not a big drinker like the both of them, so I felt myself getting ready to black out. I made my way to one of the rooms in the house and passed out on the bed. I'm not sure how much time had passed, but I had woken up the party still going on, but much less noisy than before, and something was going on with my member. I used all the strength I had to raise my head up to see what was going on. I saw a woman giving me head. At this point, I was still very drunk, so I just put my head back down and blacked out again. I woke up the next morning in the same bed, wife next to me. I asked her, "Did you find any success last night with my drunk ass?" And she had no idea what I was talking about. That was the first major red flag. I started to rationalize it to myself, thinking, oh, maybe she was just drunk too and forgot. It wasn't till we went to the rehearsal dinner that I saw her cousin, and it all snapped back. She was the one the night before doing that to me. I immediately pulled my wife aside and told her that her cousin was the one that gave me head the night before and took advantage of me. My wife was skeptical to say the least at first, and told me that there was no way her cousin would do that, also saying her cousin's husband was at the party also, and she would never cheat on him because they have 2 kids together. She even got mad at me for a bit, accusing me of fantasizing about said cousin, saying I was dreaming about having a sexual encounter with her. This was probably the biggest fight my wife and I have ever had, and I was pretty hurt that my partner wasn't believing me. That night I had decided to not go to the wedding and got some backlash from my wife and her sister, the one getting married, about not going. My wife told me, "What am I going to say to people when they ask me where you are?" I told her, "Just say I have food poisoning." Her sister accused me of never liking her and not wanting to see her have her day. I just don't want to go because the cousin is a maid of honor and part of the wedding. I don't really want to interact with her, but I'm being made to think at best I'm overreacting at worst. I was just dreaming and want to have a sexual encounter with my wife's cousin. I don't know, what should I do? Am I the hole?